back tonight, but we're going to get to them in just a minute. But welcome to Northwest Middle School. My name is Bill Baldwin. I am the principal here. It's an honor to be able to host tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. We look forward to the input later on. But before we get to all of that, I'd like to welcome you with a performance from our very talented students at Northwest. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Griffin. Thank you, 8th grade. Miss Delaney? Okay, gotcha.
Thank you, Principal Baldwin. What a talented group of young folks. Wouldn't you all agree they showed their true colors for sure? Let me get my notes here figured out. Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you all so much for coming. My name is Jeannie Delaney. I'm the community liaison for Knox County Schools, and I have the honor of representing two folks who couldn't be here tonight. The first is Superintendent Thomas. He is in Nashville at a meeting there and sends his regrets because he loves coming to these meetings and hearing directly from all of you. I know what he would say, which is, first of all, what a wonderful performance that was from our students, and that they always inspire him academically, artistically, and athletically, and I think we can agree with that tonight. He would also want to thank you for being here to help set a roadmap for Knox County Schools for the next several years. Something we need to continue to be diligent about, because what we're all here to do is to help your students, your kids, reach their fullest potential. I also get the pleasure of representing your school board representative for the 6th District tonight, Miss Terry Hill. Unfortunately, she is ill tonight, otherwise would definitely be here, and what she would have shared with you is that we're in the 4th year of a 5-year strategic plan, so it was time to do another one, and that's what these meetings are about. And it's so important for y'all to be here and have your say, talk about what you would like to see happen in the next several years. They're going to do a 3-year strategic plan, so that's why we're having these meetings and why it's so important that y'all are here tonight. So this is my little part. We know that the best way to make sure everyone gets heard is to break them up into small groups. It's just a more efficient, productive way of making sure all of your thoughts and comments are heard and recorded. Really just going to be asking you 3 questions tonight. What is Knox County Schools doing well? In what areas should Knox County Schools improve? Any new initiatives you would like to see happen in the future? And then there'll be sort of a catch-all 4th question, or 4th comment period. Anything else you just want to make sure that we know about. We have some wonderful facilitators here tonight that are going to help you do your work. That is their job, is simply to keep you on task, on time, make sure everyone gets heard. We also have scribes who are here that will be recording all of your comments, all of which will be typed up and given directly to the Board of Education for their use in developing this plan. So every comment is important. Don't hold anything back. This is your golden opportunity. I want to thank the facilitators and scribes that are sitting in the back of the auditorium, because they're volunteering their time to do this. Facilitators come from the community, and they do this because they know the most important thing we do as a community is educate our kids. So I want to thank them, and our scribes are spending extra time outside of their jobs with Knox County Schools. So they will lead you through the discussion. So with that, I want you all to go ahead and head that way. You'll have about 45 minutes in your groups. At the conclusion, you'll come back here, and you will actually hear what happened in the other groups in terms of some of the major comments or questions that came out of those. So, all right, so if you have a name tag that is numbered 1 through 18, you're going to go with Facilitator 1, Mr. Combs in the back. He is holding up a 1. if you have a name tag that is numbered 19 on up, now don't let me split up any families, you can stick with your family, then you're going to go with facilitator 2, Rosa Marr. And then we're going to have a student group that's going to go with the facilitator 3 group. All right, so they will lead you to your rooms. We'll see you back here in just a little while. And we're just going to spend a few minutes hearing the reports from each of our small groups about their work and what sort of themes came out of it. Let me just remind you once again that all notes are going to be typewritten and put together and given to the Board of Education. They will also be posted on our website once we've completed all of our meetings, so anytime you want to access them, you will be able to do that. All right, let's have our adult groups report first. Do I have a volunteer? Right here. Excellent. Come on up.
Good evening. Let me go over the themes that we came up with in our group. One that was clear is that while there have been really good things going on in the Knox County schools, that we really still need more funding to do what we really need to do and to come to the level that we all want. We believe the funding's imperative. Another theme was, in general, we need to work more on bullying and dealing with diversity training, which is related to that, and restorative practices. That was a general area that we feel like we need to improve on. Another one was the immigrant population that's being supported. We found that the immigrants in the room felt like they were getting a lot of support, but there's still areas that they could see improvement. To give you an idea, we had 5 languages represented. English was one of them, but we had somebody from Burundi, I believe that's correct, from the Congo, from Iran, and from Guatemala. So we've had a really interesting group. The next is that there's been some good partnerships that have been working throughout the community, and that more partnership would be a good idea. And the fourth one is that there's still across Knox County some significant disparities in educational levels as far as attainment of the students, and we'd like to see those disparities go away. So if we can start raising the lower to reach to the upper levels, let's rise everybody up to that kind of level. So that's it.
All right, what about our other adult group? Who's going to report? Does anyone have the sheet from her group? You think you can do it off the top of your head? This is how we work together. Hang on. Mike, you're on TV.
I'm going to start with what our group talked about first, with what KCS is doing well. One of the first things our group said was that they're trying new and innovative things in the schools. For example, the magnet schools in STEM. The other thing that we talked about was allowing schools to have autonomy, to being able to solve issues and problems that exist in each of their schools, since we have so much diversity among our schools, having 92 schools in Knox County. The other thing that our group felt that was being done well in Knox County was the community schools partnership. So those were the things that we highlighted on that. Now, For the things to improve, did you have a picture of that one? Okay. I'll let you flip this, as I'm sorry. Thank you so much for doing that. I have faith. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. One of the things they said was to improve the ability to be able to get translators, to have where we have pre-recorded messages, and I think this goes back to what the other group was saying, just about the diversity of populations and languages. Even though that some groups mentioned that they felt there were supports there, it's just continuing those supports and making sure that they're being well received and that we're serving those populations. Another thing was more pay for teachers. That was one that was big in our group, and also one that was really brought up and has like a lot of different parts to it is the alternative pathways and the alternative education for students, that the different populations that we serve and the different ways that we offer programs and things for them. So that was the 3 things that our group felt like that we could maybe improve upon in Knox County schools.
Thank you. Good job. All right, so let's end with our student group. If you all will come forward, or your spokesperson.
Hello. So in our group, we talked about improvements, and some of those improvements were also fundings. Like, for example, in chorus and band, we don't have money for like new music, so we're always with the same music, and it kind of gets old. And then another topic we discussed was like more diversity for clubs, because I feel like everyone should be in a club that they love and they can relate to, and we don't really have that. And then another thing we discussed was like more respect for people, like teachers. Teachers never really get respect, and we felt like if students were in their shoes, they wouldn't be able to handle it, because I know personally I could never be a teacher. So I feel like they deserve more respect, and then students deserve more respect too as well. So thank you.
Awesome, Sophie. Our head of HR is going to come speak with you in a moment. She wants you to be a teacher. Need all the more great ones we can get. Good job, students. A very robust discussion tonight. Again, on behalf of the superintendent, let me just thank you so much for coming. Your input is so important. He would tell you that a lot of the things you all said tonight are in line with his 3 focus areas of increasing student achievement, supporting a positive culture, and eliminating disparities. So thank you again for being here, and this will all be typed up. If you think of something that you still want to include in the notes before you leave, just find me. I've got some index cards, and I will be glad to include them. Y'all have a great rest of the evening.